I have always used Prismacolor, but I suggest to try with other mediums like pastels and acrylic, watercolor, oil, everything else that you can see, because you never know what you can create. So as far as the brand, it doesn't matter, but if you can use other mediums, it's great. And don't be afraid to use any other, because that's how you start. You have to keep trying, and that's what I did. So actually started doing also when I was little. When I was 2 years old, I was using pencil colors. So yeah, keep doing more art.
Okay, we have another question.
How do you make these coaches with your paint?
So, how do you make your cultures with your paint? What do you mean by cultures? Okay, I guess yes, you said how do you make the paintings? I guess this part.
Yeah, that's a good question because what I do to do all these paintings, I need to look at images. So I go online, I look at images, and then I do a composition on the computer. Some artists, they do it through their imagination. For me, I'm very visual, so I have to look at images or people, and then I paint or draw. But that's how I actually do it.
Are you the first one to have the idea of no face and bodies?
Yeah, that's a great question too. I am the first one in doing it in sports. I've done some research. Nobody's doing this locally. Now people are doing it in other techniques like photography or digital media, but with painting, I'm the first one, and also I like to do it in motion. They're not studies, so that's a concept that I can say it's like a pioneer. But yeah, first one.
How long does it take you to make the paintings?
It's another mic behind you.
Yeah, so these paintings, usually like those, they take me about 5 to 6 weeks. It's a process of that's painting. But before that, I like to do a research on the teams, the rivalry. If you see on those old paintings, the ball is a different ball. So I try to give reference to the rivalry or to the teams. And that's why I paint also different balls. But it takes me about 5 to 6 weeks actually painting, 3 to 5 hours per day.
Did you have to go to art school and which one is your favorite painting?
So when I was little, like when I was 3 years old, I was always drawing and painting, and all my life it was a hobby. But when I graduated from architecture, I did another major, another bachelor's in arts. In doing that, that helped me to create this bodiless style because I have that gave me the time to paint in a different way. It wasn't really just a hobby. It was more like a profession. And what was the other question?
What's your favorite painting?
Of mine, the Clásico Barcelona Real Madrid, the one that I chose with that background. Thank you.
Do you also kind of like the bodies are mostly male? Do you do female bodies as well?
Yeah, actually, so one of the reasons that I pick out the bodies and faces is because I don't like to focus on any either gender, race, anything. It's more about the jersey and colors. But I have created a series of women's soccer players that I did for the Women's World Cup in Canada. And in that concept, I actually portray the faces and bodies of the players because it's a different history or story with women's soccer. A lot of people don't know them. So what I wanted to do with those paintings is to actually make people know them through those paintings in a different way. But in general, this concept, even if I try to put a gender, it will look like a man or a woman. Yeah. But I like not focusing on the gender of the race.
So, I'm a teacher, and of course, as a teacher, I'm a Clinton, by the way, Clinton in the house. So, my question is, since you're here in Houston right now, do you offer any tutorials for any of our students or anything?
Yeah, I'm in Houston. I've been here for 21 years. I love the city, and I've been starting to do like teaching classes to like personal. But I eventually I'm working on doing classes to different places. But yeah, I mean I'm open to talk about that here or any other school.
Great question. Anyone else? Okay. Here first.
Which artist inspired you? Like, have you been inspired by a different artist?
Yeah, that's a great question. I grew up looking at artists from the Renaissance, like Michelangelo, Leonardo, all the ninja turtles. But my favorite artist is Rembrandt, the Dutch artist, and that's where I got actually a lot of his like contrast and detail on the clothing and the depth on the background. And lately, I've been looking at different artists, more like modern artists, like the Impressionists or Picasso in a way as well. But I think I relate more to Dali because of the surrealism. But my favorite artist is Rembrandt, the Dutch artist.
Do you just draw like pencil sketches, or do you always paint pictures?
Yeah, so for every painting I do a sketch, always. And the reason is because I like to explore the composition of the players, and then I want to see how the uniform of both teams are gonna look on paper, and from that I can choose a color that's gonna complement both uniforms with the background color. But I always do a sketch. Actually, I do a lot of sketches on the pencil.
Anyone else has a question? I have a question for you. What do you love most about your Mexican culture?
About my Mexican culture, I love being from Mexico. Coming here as an immigrant, and I was about to turn 15, it was really hard to adapt myself in the city 21 years ago. But I love the way we are, in a way that we celebrate life in any way. We like to make jokes, keep laughing for many things. I love that we're warm. I was in Russia. That was like a really interesting thing, seeing people that cultures are different. So people over there are older, and as Mexicans we love to hug and just we're warmer. So I love that about our culture because in general I think that's what we need as humans, to be close, and also we like the values that we have, our food, many things, the art, music, like all these values that identify us as people from Mexico.
Did you speak English whenever you came to Houston or out of Mexico?
So I knew some English. When I was little, I was a good student and I would get A's in all my English classes. But when I came here, it was very different because I had to really talk to people. but it wasn't the same. But I had to actually learn English, and since I was little, like I was shy, I wouldn't talk to people. So it took me a lot of years to really speak English in a better way. And actually, because of my art, I started speaking more. But before, I was just drawing, painting, and playing, and didn't really speak it. I spoke the language, but I knew a little bit. I knew the basics.
How do you get a job?
Oh, okay. How do you get a job? Yeah, that's a good question.
Wow, that's
Great
actually-
question.
Yeah, one of the best questions. I get a job selling my paintings. Actually, now I'm starting to do classes, meeting people, but in general, just trying to work hard for what you do, and then you create a job.
That's a great question. Thank you. Yeah, there's a time for just like about 5 minutes or more for questions. Anybody else? Now, one question I want to ask though is, what are some of the most memorable things you've heard about your artwork?
Well, I think always what I get, yeah, and it's really memorable is that they say that they haven't seen this before anywhere else, so that's very memorable, and I think that's a good thing in terms of art, because I think we have to evolve, we have to keep doing new things. So when people tell me, oh, I haven't seen this before, and that's always very memorable and good to know. Yeah.
Okay, we have another question.
What inspired you to become an artist?
Great question as well. So to become an artist professionally, one of the things that really motivated me was that people were interested in my artwork, and they will interact with me. Because when you do art, I think you don't really have to know how to draw or paint, but you express yourself in a different way. And when you find other people that interact with you or identifies with you, that's when really you get inspired to keep doing more, and when it becomes a profession. But in general, I always liked art since I was little. But in general, well, yeah, the whole inspiration is, I think, interaction with people, and now this sport.
Okay, anybody else have a question? And one of the, yes, okay.
My question would be, with so much to do in your day, how do you find time to take out for that?
Yeah, that's another great question, because I've been doing this professional 6 years, and I decided to do this because I love it. I have sacrificed many things, but it's all worth it, and I've learned through these 6 years that I have to organize my time, doing painting, talking to people. I do a lot of events, getting creative. The main thing is that, like every Sunday, or mainly during the weekend, I plan my week ahead and see what I have to do, and then I start with priorities, depending on the project. But I think now that it's a profession, time management is very, very important for any profession. And in general, I think a lot of people see art as a different way, like very relaxing profession or bohemian, but it actually takes a lot of other aspects of every profession, like marketing, time management, and being persistent, and all these entrepreneurship things that people say, like believe in yourself and all that. But yeah, I think time management is very important.
Then any words you would like to have for any young aspiring artist? Any advice that you'd give them?
Sure, yeah, I always like to tell people that really don't be afraid at all to do anything, because our life is very short, And we all have the talent to do anything. You just have to find whatever you like to do, and don't be afraid to practice it every day. It doesn't matter if it is gonna be good or bad. We're gonna have good and bad days, all of us, but keep doing that every day, and you will see how it's gonna add up in some years. And when you look back, it's gonna be something great. So just keep doing what you love, and don't worry about the external things. The other things come naturally. It's hard, but you have to have the patience as well. So just keep doing what you love.
Well, it was wonderful listening to your life story and your passion, and your artwork is incredible. So let's give another round of applause for Betirri.
Thank you so much.
One thing, we can follow you on Facebook and just your website.
Yeah, my website is betirri.com, and my social media it's all under artist Betirri. So I try to be active on all of them: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, everything.
Okay, great, very savvy. See, that's how you get yourself out there. But we have more to come. But really quick, I just want to give a thank you to International Services, Anna Frade, Helen Cho, Jessica Mahana for really connecting us with Betirri. They're back there, Anna's back there. Jessica's working the camera. And we have great library staff here. Linda Campbell, Edith Petrita really helped organize and set up this wonderful event. And the rest of the Collier Original crew, just say thank you to them. So they'll be working in the desk, wearing red shirts, so make sure to thank you. Okay, so what we have next is we'll be serving food, and we'll have loteria afterwards, and we have crafts and games. And so they'll be upcoming, but yes, food will be served. And if you don't have a library card, it's free to make one. Just ask any library staff, we'll be happy to help you out. We do passport services, English conversation classes, so there's a lot we offer, and so you should definitely talk to library staff about that. But okay, thank you so much. We'll be serving food now. Thank you very much.